Who is running this monkey show?
If only you knew we were recording today. Which I did not. I get a text at 5:30. Hey, we still recording? I was like, I just got home with fish guts on my shorts and everything, and like mud.
I was literally walking out of my house, and I was like, wait a second.
He did say that. He didn't tell you.
I get a text to me and Jimmy. Hey, we still on for 6. It was 5:30, and I live a half hour away.
Hey, I see myself. You mute your face.
You got him.
Yeah. All right, there we go.
Is this the same one I used last time?
I thought I muted my phone.
Yeah.
I haven't even.
Is that better?
Got some echo.
Did I do it sideways last time?
Jason! What's going on, man?
What's up, man? Haven't seen everybody's pretty faces in a while.
I was down to my underwear about to get in the shower when I got the text. I feel good.
Good. Yeah.
Feel good.
It's manly.
It's just rugged, man. It's rugged.
Yeah, let's start this show.
Wait, what show?
Done and done.
Are we on a show right now?
Thanks for listening. I'm Martelle. He's Randy.
Nah, so
You didn't do the welcome.
I didn't. Welcome to the Buckhorn Podcast. I am Martelle, and with me always is Randy. What up, Randy?
What is up?
We have guests.
We have Dos Guest Days.
We have the Jason
So many
Jannetti
guests.
and somewhat of a Jimmy Barnes.
Somewhat of a Jimmy Barnes.
Half,
Only-
I'm only
half
half
Jimmy.
here.
Only a
Only
Jim
half
Bar.
of Jimmy.
Only. What's going on, guys?
Yeah.
I'm filthy and
Filthy
my back
rich with all the friends you have.
Filthy awesome.
Right. My mansion's in heaven, let me tell you. Because here on earth, I still live in Circleville.
Well,
There's nothing wrong with Circleville, though.
Oh, there's a lot wrong, but it's fine. There's a whole lot wrong with Circleville.
it's Ohio in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some really nice parts of Ohio.
Yeah.
I've just never lived in any of them.
Right.
You lived on the west side of Columbus.
Exactly.
Right.
One of the best. Went from the west side of Columbus to Circleville to Logan, which where we lived was just outside of town. So it was nice. Like the area we lived in
Yeah.
was all wooded. But Logan
In
is
Logan?
Yeah.
Where'd you live at in Logan?
Just outside off of Chieftain Drive. Well, you know where the Kroger is.
Yeah.
I was just
Go
at the
back towards
Kroger.
33. We lived up that way.
Okay. That's a
But
nice area.
it is, but the thing is, like, it was really good for my self-esteem because no matter how fat or dirty or filthy poor I felt, I could throw on a clean pair of sweatpants and a cut-off T-shirt and go to the Walmart and feel great about myself.
Well, yeah, that's anywhere, though.
Like, my
Any Walmart.
sweatpants don't have stains.
That's any Walmart.
No, yeah, Logan, Ohio Walmart is just a little different. though.
It's a little different, yeah.
It is a drug-riddled and poverty-stricken area.
Yeah, I was just there at that Kroger, and I just left. I was at Logan.
You go through the Hocking Hills and you're like, oh, beautiful state park. There's some, like, governor's mansion, and there's a trailer.
Right next to it.
That is literally on the ground. They don't even have wheels. It's just sat there.
Well, yeah, there's dump beds and all kinds of other shit laying
Yeah,
around too. So in that mobile
Good
trailer's
old
front
Logan.
yard,
But some of us are very schmexy looking in Utah.
oh yeah,
Right. Look at him.
Look at him.
So when did
Looking
you start
good out there.
When did you
Trying,
start modeling for the Just for Men Touch of Gray ads? Looking good.
Dude, check this out, man. It's like,
I love it.
I've got the touch
gonna
of
be
gray.
all
Mine just
gray
looks
pretty
trashy.
soon.
Well, you don't keep your shit trimmed either.
Oh, that's true.
It just
That is true.
yeah, I'm always back and forth, though, because I feel like I want to cut
You
the
should
beard off,
never
but then I
say
leave
those
it.
words.
I want to shave it back off.
I don't-
Always keep the beard.
I think the wife would leave you if you cut it off.
I would leave you.
Yeah.
She's all
Okay.
for stubble. I would never shave,
That's
but like,
good, 'cause I will
she's
never
all for the
shave
stubble
either.
look.
My
so.
wife's all for the stubble too, which is good because that's all I've got to give her.
Oh yeah, never.
So
I've got to keep mine because if I shave, it's going to take me another 35 years to grow it back. It's been 35 years. I still haven't grown it in. But
Oh
long
shit!
ago
I
did
see.
you
I don't
shave
have
your
that
head?
problem.
middle
Give me a
school.
couple
I'm
weeks,
the
it'll
same,
be
Jason.
back like this.
So, the three of us
Yeah.
here, and I should have included you, Jason. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's so.
We have
rude.
alcohol. But we're doing, we're going to start with a shot of Jameson and pickle juice.
You mixed them?
Wait.
No, you're supposed to do a shot of Jameson?
No, I mixed these.
And then a shot. Oh,
I mixed these. These are going to be amazing. This is going to be so good. It's going to make the next drink.
I'm going for it.
It's going to make the next drink worth it.
We were supposed to talk about it first. If he made that face, it made me real nervous.
That's not the same as what I had. Ooh.
That's not terrible. I mean, it smells
I
like
didn't know what to expect, but it wasn't that. Because I got the pickle real quick.
Yeah.
And then you get Jameson on the
you
back
got the
end.
pickle real quick, huh?
Oh, real quick, dude. Super fast. Barely felt it. Which at this point in my life is pretty standard. I'm par for the course.
I like it. It's not terrible.
It's not terrible. I just didn't know what to expect, and that was not it.
Well, good. That's
I gotta
kind
say,
of the idea.
I'll probably never have another one.
Well, you still have.
You got to
Jameson.
do a shot of the Jameson, then a shot of pickle juice.
No.
Cold.
Mixed. I mixed them.
Yeah, I know you mixed them.
I have another version of a pickleback to make.
A pickleback is a shot of pickle juice after whatever you get. That's a pickleback.
Yes, I understand what it is.
You just made a pickle abomination.
A pickle amazing.
I'm going to call it like a pickle.
Pickle wickle.
Pickle wickle.
Randy's at a loss for words.
I am.
Holy shit, I did it. Finally, it took 3 years.
All you need to do
Well, the first thing that came to my
shot.
mind was pickle rape, and I didn't like the way that rolled off the tongue, if you know what I'm saying.
So, all right, now that that's over. The other one is called a Backwoods Punch.
It smells like Kool-Aid.
It's delicious.
6 ounces of whiskey, 3 ounces of grapefruit
Per
juice.
person?
No, this is what I did in the shaker.
Like, shit, I'm staying the night.
Because there's three. This is one serving's worth in the shaker between the three of us. There's some other shit in it too. I'll just have to get to those.
So if you want to make one of these,
grenadine. There's
Get a
grenadine,
bunch of stuff and put it together, and that's what you do.
and vermouth. That's what it is. So whiskey, grapefruit juice, vermouth, and grenadine.
I'm going to be real honest with y'all right now. I don't know what vermouth is.
I don't either.
It's something
I don't know
you
what it
mix
comes
with
from.
rye whiskey.
Like, do you have to squoze a certain fruit to get vermouth? I know it's something you mix with drinks, and I heard
That's all you
on
need to know.
the Disney movie Hercules, they sing about sweet vermouth at one point.
In the Disney movies they do?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, those harlots that sing that are on the side of the clay jars and crap.
No.
I just remember them saying
Maybe
something sweet vermouth, and I don't know what that is.
Maybe you get some cheesecloth and some Munda cheese, and that's where you get vermouth from.
It's delicious.
Gotta love that Fremunda cheese.
Jason's sitting there in Utah right now wondering why he got on this call.
He muted us already.
He's like, maybe if I just keep the camera on, they won't know I'm listening to Nickelback while they drink Pickleback.
Nickelback and Pickleback.
Look at this photograph.
Yeah. Pickleback.
Anyway,
Makes
so what's
me laugh.
going on, Jason? How you been? How you doing? Yeah?
Busy. Doing good.
Is the Utah trip
been a little
for
crazy.
the car thing, or is this for the CrossFit thing?
No, well, I mean, it's more of the CrossFit event. So the race team's based here too, but they're like another 3 hours because we're just in Cedar City, which is only like 90 minutes from Vegas. So the team is up in they're kind of between Salt Lake and Park City right now. So. But no, this will be the third year we're putting on this Iron Games event. Honor and I got pulled into this last minute in their first year to kind of bring a lot of the knowledge and the logistics from what we've gone through with the games and regionals and stuff, and try to help them kind of organize it and give feedback on the workouts and things like that. And then we got through year one pretty well, and then year two was way better, and so now it's kind of more of a well-oiled machine that's just kind of getting a little more polish on it. So this year, since it's a lot more organized, they brought us up for the weekend to kind of we're watching a lot of the workouts to see if we want to make changes, which we are going to, and make certain tweaks, check the venues out, things like that, and just really put on a really nice professional looking event. So it's the team that's behind all this, and the main guy who's this whole thing was kind of his vision for up here. They really care about it a lot. So it's nice and it's worthwhile to spend time to make this work, for these guys. So
awesome.
So that's what.
And so you sell your gym, and then you become just like the back end CrossFit guy. Oh,
I didn't sell the chips. that's a pretty, yeah, I never, you know what I mean? But like to that point, I never said a word about anything after that. Like I've never publicly really talked about any of that shit.
No one listens.
That's a story for another day.
Talk about it here.
I pretty much just shut that down. Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be the one.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I, for several reasons.
Sure.
It was just,
but now you're doing big things like judging and kind of behind the scenes and
working on Marcia Largo's.
Yeah. I mean, I've been doing the judging thing since 16. But I've more kind of over the years morphed into just kind of wanting to do the leadership end of it. So just being like a team lead and kind of helping other people come up. Like, you know, it is fun, but it's definitely an exhausting job sometimes. And, you know, there's other people that are a little more into wanting to actually be on the floor. I kind of got my fill of it. Yeah. You know, you guys know how big the Central region was. So you get all the spotlight super fast, even as a brand new judge. So I had plenty of experience with it and plenty of exposure. And I just, as I was growing through everything, just kind of wanted to help other people kind of come in and get an opportunity to do things and be a little bit better of a leader than I had
better
seen
than Dave Castro.
So, yeah.
Martelle loves Dave Castro.
I got a shirt that says he's a prick.
But, yeah. Yep. So, yeah, but I've mainly so in 2019 was the first time I actually had a chance to be like a full-on lead in person at the games, but I've been leading the virtual teams on the back end for the Open and
That's awesome,
quarterfinals and stuff this year and things like that. So, and then obviously these things here with the Iron Games. So that's I've just kind of kept myself in that small circle. I don't really travel around and do the sanctional stuff and things like that. Like I've just kind of, you know, as things are going, you only have so much time to kind of put towards certain things. So I've kind of prioritized helping these guys and, you know, trying to kind of rebuild my own life as it was
right on.
And things like that. So just kind of sticking to the things that are more important. And now I have this racing thing that's been a long time coming, but you know, so that's a whole new deal. But
so Jason is racing rabbits.
So
nice.
So what he does is he lines them up like tortoise in the hairstyle.
I was going to say, are there turtles involved?
Rabbits and
He's
turtles.
the turtle.
He's the turtle.
And he's racing rabbits.
Yes.
Very cool.
Yes.
Very cool.
That's right. Yep. Yeah. I mean, it would probably be much simpler. There's much less parts.
He's extremely turtle.
No. So Jason is now the race car driver for one of the race teams out in Utah.
What?
Yeah.
Like NASCAR, like straight up NASCAR.
No, like
it's so they're I'm not driving. I'm not driving, but although we're working on some things, but it's probably going to be a little bit out. But with some different people. But there's a team up in Salt Lake City, Park City area that runs what they call GT World Challenge. So it's manufacturer sponsored stuff. So it's not necessarily like NASCAR where there's kind of like they're kind of their own entity with a lot of their own manufacturing, and they put the cars out and things like that, and then they're hiring drivers. It's and I don't claim a ton about this stuff, but like this is more of a like they call it where you basically have people that can support the cars and a lot of the expenses, and the team is basically supporting them with the mechanics and the pictures and the transportation and all the rollers and the garage and the pit and paddock and all that other kind of shit. So there's things that I, like I said, take all this with a grain of salt because there's a lot of the nuanced stuff I'm still learning as far as this goes, because I'm mainly the things I pay the most attention to is like Formula One and NASCAR, and really my first introduction to racing was just drag racing. So it was like you're just driving a straight line from a mile, you're done. So this is a lot more involved, but it's like this is where you have McLarens out on the track. None of these are not street cars by any means. These are the racing versions that are provided by the manufacturers. But
that's awesome.
So there's McLarens and Lamborghinis.
Do they have any Honda
Ferrari
Civics?
And they run Acuras and all that stuff. No, well, yes, it's. I don't know if they have the Civics, but they do have some Honda stuff in GT4 because there's like different speed classes So like GT4s, I believe, these cars are not slow by any means, but like it would be your slower of the different classes. And then as the number gets smaller, so the GT3
what you're saying is I can come out to Utah with my Honda Civic that barely made it up the hills to Martelle's house.
I was going to say, would that thing make it to Utah?
And
you can actually race your car. So there's another organization called NASA. It's National Autosport Association, which I'm actually partially involved with back in Arizona, but they have one out in Utah. And then there's regions all over. So like if you just looked up NASA racing somewhere, there will be something out there.
His car,
you can actually just
his car needs to be raced in the Tour de Le Mans. The Tour de Lemons. The 24-hour Lemons.
You could do the 24 hours of Lemons. Yeah, the Lemons.
Yeah, that'd be a good one for it. Mm-hmm. So I think what I'm listening to Jason, what I'm hearing is this is really like a Thursday night go-kart league at the Magic Mountain up there is what it sounds like to me. He's like, yeah, I'm racing like McLaren.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah. They just have Lamborghini stickers and stuff on.
Reality, they just turn the go-karts up a little bit for the go-karts to come out on a weeknight and. Right.
Yeah, they take the governor off.
Now you mentioned drag racing. Got his car back. He has a 1971 True Hemi Challenger, carved engine. Right. Well, come to find out, it has ties back to Richard Petty's race team.
Whoa.
Richard Petty himself called him personally, and my aunt answered. He lives down in Jacksonville, Florida.
Is this what you just posted on Facebook the other day?
Part of it, yeah. He just got it back. It was a 426 Hemi. And he got it rebuilt. It's now a 528 Hemi, all carved. And he goes out there and just tears up all these new vehicles, man. It's insane. But, he his wife answered the phone one night and was like, hey, honey, it's for you. And he goes, who is it? She goes, Richard Petty? And he was like, okay. Because he owns like a trucking company. He talks to millions of people, And he answered the phone. It was Richard Petty going, hey, I want to send somebody to look at that engine because I think it's one of mine from NASCAR days.
Dick Petty.
So Dick Trickle was the best name ever in NASCAR or anything else.
Dick Trickle.
But yeah, so he got that car back. So he's hit the track back. He had a stroke too. They didn't know.
Petty did?
No.
Dick Trickle?
Trickle.
Dick Trickle did. Had a massive stroke. He's half limp now.
That's terrible.
Bad strong. Yeah, but I'm all about any kind of racing anymore. It's just fun to see racing happening again,
So what you're saying is me and you need to line up right out front here.
I will toast you with my new truck.
Are you sure about that?
305 horsepower?
Does your car jerk wildly when you hit the gas real hard?
No, but I do. I'm glad Huck stayed downstairs for this.
Right.
I texted Beth's out of town, right? So, and I've got Huck. I said, hey, I'm heading out to Martelle's. Apparently we're recording tonight. And she's like, okay, you taking Huck? I said, nah, leaving him home. He's 7 now. He's fine.
Yeah, he'll be fine for
I'll take one of the outdoor cameras and put it inside. He'll be good.
Cool. I stayed at home when I was 8.
But she was like, just tell Martelle to use his dictionary if he's in the recording.
It's over by you right now.
So... But I'm glad. That's pretty cool though to hear about you getting into racing. I got a buddy that is a writer and photographer that goes to a lot of different racing events. So
that's cool.
Yeah,
it's really, really neat. It's crazy. I mean, not like I really expected much different, but like it's just kind of wild to finally be in the middle of stuff that you've really only ever seen on TV or in videos or movies and stuff, and it's like full on, like no joke, because and this team was incredibly nice because, like, I mean, I've been kind of chasing after higher end stuff for years, and I had always planned on going to NASCAR school, when I was much younger, but I just kind of like everybody else moved away, to college and stuff, so I just kind of stayed home, and I don't know, it's what I felt like I should have done at the time, so I never really went out and did anything, and the regular car stuff, around Youngstown is just miserable. So, like, I got out of that stuff for quite a long time and got into other things.
They've got low.
But I always
I've seen.
There is nothing wrong with an 86 Caprice with 24-inch chrome rims and Tony the Tiger all over it.
Right.
All right,
it's fine.
I see nothing wrong with that.
Super fast.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just it's crazy that. With even all the shit that I dealt with when I came out to Scottsdale, and just kind of the attitudes that a lot of these guys had at the dealership level, which doesn't do shit. To finally kind of have an opportunity. I chased this person down for 2 years to try to just even get an opportunity to talk to someone, let alone actually go out and try to track. So,
Forrest Gump.
That's fair. Forrest Gump and Jason Jannetti.
Yeah.
Jason's fit.
It was very slow. Yeah, right. But yeah, so I got, they offered me the opportunity to fly out there and try out, and it went really well. And had a few accidents out there that we had to fix, so that was pretty cool to get basically thrown straight into that. And then they had another one where we basically had to get the car back in the garage, get it fixed, and back out on the track before the race was over, so they could still get points. And so it was really wild to just kind of be a part of all of that stuff in a legitimate these things are full on race version Lamborghini.
That would stress me out.
Absolutely insane. So. And I thought that, dude, honestly, on the way there, because I was like, well, I don't know if these guys are going to be dicks. I don't know if they're going to even be accepting of somebody new coming in, blah, blah, blah. I was on the fence about, working on the cars because I'm like, well, I said, really, in all honesty, they're all just nuts and bolts. It looks very intimidating, but it's just the same thing. And I walked in, I met everybody, and they were like, hey, did you ever put shocks on the car before? I was like, yeah, of course. All right, cool, these need to go on there. And that was it. And then from there on, it was just one thing after another, and getting the car set up. And then it rained all weekend. We were at Austin at Circuit of the Americas, and it was pouring all weekend. So not in practice. I think he kind of did one of those back front type crash things, just trashed the whole right side of the car. So it's got to get it back together. So me and another guy, they basically have 2 guys per car. So you have your lead tech. And it's you're still doing a lot of the same things, but the lead techs are responsible for more stuff. And then I'm the number 2 guy with him. So basically it was him and I to get everything ready to go. And it was really cool.
Who does number 2 work for it? So answer me this. How did all that lead to you being on the set live today of the new Twister remake movie?
Wait, whoa, what? Oh, I see what you're saying. I took that
before we were really recording, it was fine. I was I don't hear any wind noise, and now it's just insane. Are you safe?
Is there a toilet nearby? You can get up.
But it's but look,
beautiful.
There's all the mountains and shit. It's just nothing but it's awesome.
Go hop in that truck you just showed us.
It is literally
get out of the wind before you get hit by a cow.
Or a bathtub.
Yeah, for real.
Wicked Witch of the West is just flying across in the background laughing.
It's pretty awesome, though, man, to kind of see, from my perspective, where you've gone post
Utah,
owning a gym. You know what I mean? Because we were in the same field for a while, and then all of a sudden, things happen, and now you're in all of this, and it seems like you're doing really well, and you're kind of in your groove. So that's really cool to see, man. So good job.
It's definitely been a harder road, getting there, and honestly, I had at least between the process of getting things started and all the way through to the end. That was 10 years, a 10-year chunk out of my life. So I was definitely worried that what the fuck am I going to do now? You know what I mean? Because they the whole CrossFit space and owning the gym, that all had kind of become my identity for so long. And a lot of other things that I was really passionate about, they just kind of got tossed by the wayside. I thought that was what I was going to be doing forever. And things happen, and there's a lot to go into that, but it's not necessarily important. It's kind of why I really just never said anything. I'm if people care and they want to know, I'll tell them. But there's probably still at least a handful of people that think that I still have the gym. Oh yeah, I've been getting asked questions for over a year, but but it's just it just kind of was little pieces, and kind of came over time, and there's still a lot of sad parts, about things back home, but it is what it is, and that's life, and you just kind of start putting things together little by little. And then even with this racing stuff, this is stuff I've been wanting to do for 20 years, man, that I just never thought would ever happen. So just kind of being appreciative of this stuff instead of feeling like it was owed to me. I've tried to make that very, very clear to them, even having the opportunity to even just go try out, even if it didn't go well, but to actually have people that were happy with what I did there and were asking me to stay before we had even talked about it was really nice. And it was just like a lot of years of craziness and bullshit.
For sure.
Yeah.
Kind of felt like it was
That's
worth
a long
it,
time.
like at
cool
that
to see
point.
you
So
stick it out and kind of reach your goals. You're talking about identity too, and you said something about a 10-year chunk of your life, and my identity through college was 10-year chunk. Because that's how long it took me to drop out both times and never get a degree. And and here I am. Finally got a promotion worth feeling good about in my life.
yeah.
My 10-year chunk turned into a 20-year chunk.
Yeah.
You listen
man,
to our
I've been
show?
listening, man. Just to tell you,
Jason's
congratulations.
like one of the only
hell
like,
yeah,
core
dude.
listeners.
I know, but it still shocks me
listen,
when
I
people
listen
tell
too.
me.
It's Jason, Mo, Jimmy, and,
Do you?
and somebody else.
Literally, the other day I was
I'm
road
telling you.
traveling and listened to like 3 of you guys.
I'll get a random text from one of my buddies, like, I haven't talked to in 6 months, and he'll be laughing about an episode we did weeks ago, and I don't remember what I said.
That's because nobody
Like, hey,
listens
thanks
to it when
for
it comes
listening.
out.
Right.
We listen to it weeks after it comes out.
Dude, honestly, I've honestly I've obviously got a lot of podcasts that I have listened to in the past and some shit that's loaded. I was normally listening to, Rogue and all this other kind of shit, which it's, they're great. But a lot of times I kind of get tired of listening to all this current event shit and people talking about the same stuff. I've been more apt to put you guys on whenever anything comes out than really anybody else. It's just, I don't know. I guess I kind of feel like I'm in the same room with you guys.
You should
So
be in
half
the
the time
same
I'm
room with
laughing
us.
my
I mean,
ass off
Martelle's
at
not
whatever
even
you're
wearing
talking
pants
about.
right
But
now.
but it's just,
I know you listen because of my smooth, sultry voice.
yeah.
So,
Is that what it is?
nope.
No.
Yeah.
We appreciate that, Jason.
Yeah.
We do.
I honestly do. I love getting a text or a Facebook message from somebody who's like, hey, this was hilarious, or hey, when you guys said this, like they'll correct me or something. Or they're like, Martelle's an idiot. He was wrong about that. And I'm like, yeah.
He doesn't care.
I
either.
listen back to stuff when we're talking. Sometimes, every once in a while, I listen to an episode and be like, "Oh, we were completely wrong," but I don't catch it in the moment.
Yeah.
It's just conversation. And like Jason, that's what you said is kind of what I like about our show is we want people to feel like,
They're
hey,
sitting
show
right
up.
there.
You can sit on Martelle's back deck, look at his above ground pool that's supposed to be in the ground, and have a drink with us.
Dude, I pulled up and literally all I could smell was the pool.
Yeah.
Like, when you go to the pool and you get that chlorine smell. And you're
Except
like,
there's
I'm at the
zero
pool.
chlorine going on in that pool.
And you get out. I got out of my car and I was like, oh, it smells like a pool. And then I'm looking around. I'm like, I don't see a pool.
Were you having a stroke? Because I didn't smell any of that.
No, it smelled like a pool out there.
Jimmy saw the fiberglass shells.
He's
above
high.
ground. He's like,
Nostalgia kicked in.
Did you drink marijuanas on the way
there's
here?
drink marijuana?
Just-
Yes.
Yeah.
You drink all the marijuanas.
there's a pool here. I
There-
saw-
There is a
I saw the
pool.
but
There
it's
is a
just
pool
above
on the ground.
There's a
Being used.
yes.
Literally.
It is installed in the yard. but
Flip it
not-
over and make a cool fort.
It'd be an igloo.
That would be an awesome fort.
We'll just cut a hole in the side of it.
Hell no. That's expensive.
Not to me.
Fucking fiberglass.
Didn't cost
I
me
didn't
a
pay
thing.
anything
Yeah.
for
Yeah, it didn't cost you shit.
Jason, come over. We're going to make a fort out of his pool. No way you can
fort.
fight off all three of us.
No. Actually, if Jason's
and,
coming over, he's going to help with some of the design stuff and tell the pool people what they need to do.
He ain't coming to Ohio to work.
We wouldn't be
Unless
You
We're
left
paying.
Ohio, period.
we would be sitting on the deck hanging out while the other people, while the construction company is working. And
That's
Yeah.
right. We just point
like I need
and tell them
concrete
where
there,
they need to be.
and I need jets there, and can you put one of those little ropey things?
By the way,
with
did
the
I tell
buoys
you
on it?
guys that I race McLarens now? You stupid pool
Lamborghinis.
installers.
Speaking of, I saw another fucking Corvette
yeah.
today. The new ones.
That's
And I'm
a
like,
lot of-
I got
okay.
excited. I'm like, it's a Corvette.
Those are your
Never mind.
I
favorite.
think it was a Lambo.
No, I thought it was a McLaren.
Oh,
That says they
front
did
end-
something right, though.
Looks a lot like a McLaren now.
it does. They
It
do
looks
look a lot
It
different.
looks good.
Fucking irritates me.
It's a good looking car.
It's
Love
okay.
it or hate it, it's a good looking car.
It's all right.
They're decent,
I-
but I don't
yeah.
think they
What
look
do you
good
got
with the
against
wings on
wings?
them. I think it makes them look
I
a little
love
bit
wings.
too.
I like truck nuts.
Wangs.
So
Truck nuts.
Truck nuts on a Corvette. Put truck nuts on a McLaren and get it around the track, and I will like cash app you money or something. I don't know. That'd be worth.
That'd be fantastic.
I don't know what I do. I'll give you a shout out on this podcast I have.
oh,
We're running out of time.
A lot of
Martell.
drag,
running
man.
out.
I
Oh,
don't
you
know if
don't have
that's
the corporate
aerodynamically
crap?
sound.
You're so
hell?
poor.
I
bet,
do.
I bet this wouldn't happen with Dude.
it probably wouldn't happen with dude
Dude's got like 3 corporate accounts.
because
He's so rich. He's so rich that he built his own bourbon closet.
we'll have.
Did
to
you
just,
see the wood he used to? He spent at least $3,000 on that wood
This naughty pine
for one shelf.
Super naughty.
This isn't the Bourbon Hunters.
No, it's not.
I would love to have Tyler on a regular basis with you because you would go off.
I'd lose my shit because he'd constantly be on his phone.
I might be losing my connection to the Zoom because I've got 10% battery.
Your battery's dying. Oh, shit.
10%. And you don't own... Oh, you have an Apple now, don't you?
Yeah.
Wow.
An
Yeah,
iPhone?
we could plug your phone in.
We could. Holy shit.
There's a plug.
Oh, did you just throw that at him?
Yeah.
Or
You
did
did,
it
and that
teleport?
wasn't very
That was
nice.
fast.
But you're not going to be able to plug it in over there anywhere because it's USB-C.
Actually, there's a box over here.
I mean, plug
Actually,
it into that printer.
That's an iPhone box right there.
Yeah, but it's
trying to plug
USB-C.
this in.
I told you it's not going to plug in. I will have to
How
find...
is this?
It's USB-C.
It's a what?
USB-C.
USB-C.
I've never been more proud to own an Android in my whole life.
I've got all types of different plugs.
You guys
laying
can't
around
even charge your phones right. Have fun plugging in earphones. Hey, nice. Here, thanks for buying our $1,200 phone. Now you got to pay $600 for some earbuds.
They give you earbuds though.
Dude, I hate that they got rid of
It's
that.
so dumb. I've got
headphone
an
jack on
iPhone
these
6
phones.
whatever for work. I hate it. I've always hated it. I get the appeal, but for the price and the hype and then the newer phones, the way they just jerk you around.
Yeah, just use Liz's plug.
Plus, when I heard that they made you have a YouTube song or album on your phone, I was definitely against Apple. I was like, never buying an Apple product just because of that. You will not force me to try and listen to you too.
I will say that I do like having the
like YouTube?
the iPhone. No, hell no. Fuck, only morons like you two.
Only morons like us too?
I know. I
Yes.
was a little offended by that.
That's okay.
I'm just confused.
You'll be fine. YouTube sucks. I like having the iPhone over the Android just because everything works at this point. Like I had so many issues with my Android phone.
You plugged in your phone, Jimmy, and now your camera angle is like, check out my sweet tat.
Yeah, it is.
Look at my
What
guns.
tab are you talking about?
Look at my guns. I wear cutoffs now. Show off my ink.
Jannetti disappeared. I think
we
his
lost-
phone died.
Did we lose Jason?
He got swept up in
Hold
the
on a
twister.
second. No, you're good. You're good. Hold on.
He got hit by a cow.
Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Hey, this ice cube's melting.
Yeah, it is.
You should pour some over it.
So, speaking of pouring,
Gross.
I brought a lot of stuff.
What do you want us to try?
You try whatever you want.
No, it's not how it works, Jimmy. It's your
There's
stuff.
a
Yeah,
couple.
shut up, Jimmy.
Listen,
Tell us what to do.
There's a couple cocks in there. You can have some cock if you'd like.
Fight some cocks.
Yeah, chicken cock.
You're going to have to untie me first. Or do you?
All right.
So there's a rye and the bourbon of the chicken cock.
Burger.
And I'm actually more of a fan of the rye.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I liked it better.
If you say it's better than Angel's Envy, I'm going to kick you in the nuts.
Not even close.
Chicken cock. There it is, Jason.
It's really...
Yeah, that's what it is.
Oh, that's what it really says.
That's
We
the other
can-
thing. People will message me and be like, "Hey, you guys said
it was
this.
just like
Were
a-
you like
a
just
nickname.
making that up?" I'm like, "No, it's legit. We make jokes about it. Oh, you're rubbing
It's a
them
cock
together.
fight.
It's a cockfight. Son of
So
a
dumb.
I know.
You're like the Carrot Top of
Child.
podcasts.
Child.
carrot. Holy shit, that was funny. Do you want rye or do you want
Oh,
bourbon?
okay. It's like pick one and hand me one bottle.
There you go.
I want to try the rye since you talked it up.
I like it better.
Anyway.
You might as well do them both.
Yeah, we'll try.
I mean,
both.
I didn't say I wasn't going to. I'm just going to do the rye first.
Well,
Yeah. It's not
to the
that kind of
face.
chicken cock. It's
Anyway.
just regular bourbon.
so what else is going out there, Jason? Now we only have like 5.5 minutes left before I have to.
Not much, really.
So
man.
are you
Yeah.
just in Utah
Not-
for
not too much.
like temporarily? Okay. I thought maybe you fell in love
Yeah,
with
I'm only up here
Mormons or
tomorrow.
something.
We're going back, yeah. Yeah, because
Sister
even...
wives.
Magic underwear.
No. Yeah. No, we're just here till tomorrow. I think we'll be back in Phoenix somewhere in the evening. But yeah, because like this, even the thing with the racing, like I'm flying to the different tracks. So they're racing in Virginia, Watkins Glen in New York, Road America in Wisconsin, and then Indy and possibly Nashville. I still haven't heard enough about that yet, but so it's not like a super long season. But they do a lot.
Man,
of
I'd love to
stuff
go hang with
outside
you
of
in
it.
Nashville sometime.
That
would be
Nashville
much
one
fun.
I'll be
One
at.
organization.
You
so.
come to Nashville again,
Dude.
and I'll be there this
I
time.
will
Yeah,
bail on you.
it's-
I'll tell you.
I
promise
won't
you
get
that.
COVID this time,
Yeah,
and not sure, and not.
you won't get COVID. No.
How about you let me know next time?
Yeah.
I was super pissed about that.
Yeah, man. It's supposed to be the race weekend is supposed to be, I think, August 6th through the 8th. So just trying to. We're not sure how many cars are running out there. So
probably at least 2.
Depends on who needs to be there.
You need at least.
So
I would say at least 3 because you need first, second, and third.
Yeah.
Not just winner
drag
and loser.
races.
Yeah, but drag races bracketed sometimes.
True.
I was kind of hoping. Yeah, it is. I was kind of hoping that they were running GT3 and GT4, especially if it was because that's GT4 is the class that we run those Audis, those R8s. But I think this is just kind of like a support race to help the actual Music City Grand Prix that's actually for IndyCar. So I think this is just kind of like a support thing. So they're just doing the GT3 cars.
They are.
I shared a sleeper video last night, though, where I think it was an MK3 Golf spanked an R8.
What was in it?
It was an all sleeper video, so they were all like super hopped up
Well, yeah.
beater cars. I don't know what was in it. Didn't say. It just showed the drag. It's like one of those compilation things. Oh, Diesel's going to destroy the studio. He's so
Diesel
confused.
just walked in.
He looks like what's her face with the laser. Was it Angelina Jolie that had to go through the lasers?
That's all.
No, he smells Ernie.
Probably.
Who's oh yeah, Ernie.
He also,
It's like, who's Ernie? Ain't nobody in here named. Is that Jimmy's middle name? Jimmy Ernie?
It's Jimmy Ernie.
That's a stupid middle name.
James Ernie.
James
Barnes.
Ernie makes sense. Jimmy Ernie that's just weird to me.
Yeah.
I'm sure we're going to get an email finally for the first time ever from some guy named Jimmy Ernie, all mad at me.
But, yeah, whatever.
Probably lives in Utah.
Don't care. But
Has 4
we only have
lives.
4 listeners. We get 38 downloads a show over a 4-week period, but we only have about 4 listeners. I think there's some courtesy downloads going on.
It's like
People forgot they just have
it's
auto
literally the
downloads set up.
podcast version of a courtesy flush.
Right.
Like, we feel bad for you. Kaploosh. I wish we could make to where if you hit download our episode, it made a toilet flush sound on your phone or whatever.
That'd be hilarious. That would be good. I can put that at the beginning of every show.
Instead of the cork pop.
Instead of the cork pop.
The toilet flush.
Yeah.
You should do the toilet flush at the end.
Yeah.
I can do that
That's
too.
the end.
All right, so we got about 2 minutes left with Zoom. I can restart a Zoom call if you want, Jason, or you can tell us to fuck off. Well, I wouldn't expect it to.
I would never do that. I mean, I guess for this particular show, I have to go back in and do my job.
Oh,
so
yeah, what
I
time
guess
is
we'll
it
have
there?
to wrap it up
I'm
on
sitting here
my
like
end.
it's 7 p.m.
2 hours behind.
Okay.
No,
Well, it's 5 o'clock.
We're 2
there,
hours
man.
behind. Yeah.
It's
But
time. That's time to pop the bottle and
Pop the cork and go.
forget
Jason,
it.
are you into
That's
bourbon?
right.
Whiskey?
Yeah. I mean,
Oh,
I think my wife
she-
is trying to get me in there
Jason,
so I can
she's
be
trying.
like the cool kids.
She's asking me for.
I've never ever heard somebody say my
asking.
wife is
Yeah.
trying
She
to get
tells
me
me.
into drinking. Like,
It's usually the opposite.
you should definitely marry your wife.
No, I've honestly been more open to trying that stuff. So yeah, I will definitely try to marry her.
She want to be into you. You're like the Mormon George Clooney out there.
Yeah, she did shoot me a message for whiskey, some bourbon and whiskey recommendations. So
Tell her to listen to the show.
I say just go into it blind.
I never liked it, anything in the past, and then but the more time's gone on, I'm like, fuck it, I'll try this, that. I mean, I might not like it, but I'll try it, But there have been some stuff that I've had, just like
Bland's.
different mixers or whatever the hell they are that I
Bland's
thought
and
weren't
Coke,
too
buddy.
bad. So Bland's and Coke.
Bland's and Coke.
Yeah.
We got some messages and comments about that one.
Did you guys want to get some hate mail?
oh yeah. All right. Well, Jason, we're gonna let you go because I don't want it to end while you're mid sentence. So thanks for coming on, buddy. I appreciate it.
We love you, dude.
I love
Miss
you.
Yeah, dude.
All right.
Love you.
I'll get a hold of you later.
Smooches.
I will hold you later.
All right. See you, buddy.
All right, sounds good.
All right. So we can end the Zoom call.
How do you do that?
Just like this.
Did it.
End meeting for all. Done.
That whole time I was
but we are
looking around.
still recording. So
I was looking around for my phone that whole time because I kept wanting to Google stuff.
Yeah, I know.
And I kept where is my phone?
I love having Jason on. It's such a
Oh,
good time.
absolutely. I
What a
want
good
Jason to be here in person sometime.
At some point,
Or us. Let's go to Nashville.
we're gonna
Does
have
he
to
live
figure
in
this out.
Nashville?
No. So
No,
he
he
lives.
lives
So
in-
Jason lives in Arizona.
Oh, he lives in Arizona.
He lives in Arizona.
Holy
Him and his wife. They live in Arizona. Jason's been working for a construction company that does pools and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then he got
Not dude pools.
No, no.
Although dude pools likes to be done by construction guys.
Yes. But it is, and then he's been doing the judging thing with CrossFit and the Iron Games, and then he picked up this job with the racing team, and fucking killing it out there.
That's awesome, man.
It's awesome.
I didn't know. I do nothing of the race stuff.
It just happened within the past month.
Bail on Facebook? I know he talked about it.
I haven't seen him on there in a while.
So I know he
hasn't.
about.
Yeah, I don't think he's posted on Facebook in a while. They bailed on Instagram for about a month and a half. Him and his wife both. And
I haven't been on Instagram hardly at all.
They came back, but it's still few and far between. I mean, even I know other people that are just kind of like, ugh, I'm over it. Like, I don't even post on Facebook anymore. I give, except for when I'm trolling
stories.
OHLQ. The stories come automatically from Instagram.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what it is.
And if a photo shows up, it's coming from Instagram. Mm-hmm. But I did get on the OHLQ site because there is the OHLQ lotto. There's another bottle lottery coming up next week, starting on Monday, I believe. Blanton's Gold and Weller Foolproof. Well, I'll sign up for those, but I went ahead and commented and said, I hope I win. These make great mixers. Mm-hmm. Oh, boy.
Did you get a lot of comments on that one?
Not a lot, but one guy was like...
One guy was very serious about who should and shouldn't be allowed to drink
and
bourbon.
I should not be allowed to own any bourbon, according to him. So here, I'll pull it up on the screen, and you can read it. And my response was...
Real quick, before we get into all that, what do you guys think of the chicken cock?
I didn't take the chicken cock. I took the Bookers.
You did Bookers.
I did Bookers.
Good for
so
you.
Randy went for the chicken cock. He likes the
you
the
put it
chicken
in some ice,
the cock
though.
his mouth.
You didn't go neat. You went ice.
Yeah, I did. No? I didn't want to mix it with the pickled Glencairn.
I'm neat on mine. I all my ice was gone.
But I like it. It's a good rye.
It is a good
How
rye.
much is it?
It's like 50 in the 50s.
That's not terrible.
No, it's not. It's not a terrible. It's not terribly priced.
No, I would say that for this particular, I don't know that I would pay $50 again for it.
For this here, it's 90 proof, so it's a little on the lower end.
Mm-hmm.
I had it on, like you said, over ice the first time, so it's hard to judge it. I don't get a lot of the pepper from the normal ryes, which you don't get that in the American Eagle. Holy crap! The Angel's Envy, the AE. Mm-hmm. My brain just went straight back to 1998, where AE just stood for American Eagle. But the Angel's Envy rye is really smooth. You don't get,
but the Angel's Envy rye is very sweet.
It is, but it's because of the way it's finished. I think
it's it's finished in rum barrels,
right? But you don't get a lot of the pepper or spice with this, but it's very smooth. Mm-hmm. At $50 a bottle, I probably would pass. Mm-hmm. Having tried it now, having not tried it, just looking at it, I would have got it because the bottle's fantastic.
Like the bottle was amazing.
It's got this like honeycomb glass.
It
almost got a great
looks
label,
like an actual chicken coop, like fencing.
Yeah, the wiring.
Yeah,
yeah. So,
chicken wire.
Oh, that's what it's called. Look at you and that big brain of yours.
I know.
It just totally escaped my mind.
Chicken wire.
But yeah, it's a great looking bottle. Nice cork.
Yeah.
It's a Kentucky straight rye whiskey. If you haven't tried it, I'd say it's worth trying. I'll go ahead and rate this one. We haven't rated any in a while because we've been doing cocktails.
I'll try it here next.
I'll give this a 2.5.
Okay.
If you haven't tried it, try it.
Yeah.
Having tried it, I would like this better around I'd say 35 to 40 price.
I was going to say $40 bottle.
Yeah. 40 I'd be okay with.
Now, if you get a chance to try it neat, it's way better.
I could try it neat now. I just need a clean glass. My only Glencairn here is pickle residue on it.
You're fine. Put me in a bit.
Just put a little in there, swish it around, and then do another one.
Bitchy B.
I mean, okay. You guys don't have to yell at me to drink more
Listen,
rye.
drink more.
So here's what I posted.
Whiskey, please don't
this is on the
down.
OHLQ bottle lottery. It was, please let me win. These are great mixers with Coke. And a gentleman named John Brink.
The fact that you put with Coke,
yes,
it's like the kicker.
It could have been
a gentleman named John Brink goes, Brandon Martell, if you mix these, you don't deserve to win. Straight on the rocks or a little water is the only way. And another guy chimed in and goes, John, you're wrong. If you have them and you drink them any way, you are good. If you resell them or shelf them, you're the problem.
Dude,
Frank.
He is.
I'm going to friend
correct.
him on Facebook.
Frank is absolutely correct. It doesn't matter how they get drank. Will I try Blanton's with Coke? Blanton's Gold with Coke? Yeah, because I did regular straight from the the regular barrel proof or whatever your run of the mill basic bitch Blanton's with Coke. So yeah, I would do it. I have a bottle of foolproof down there.
Your Ugg boots Blanton's.
Yeah, your basic bitch Blanton's.
Your PSB pumpkin spice Blanton's.
One guy responded that he used them in enemas. That is hilarious. That is fucking great.
That just happened an hour ago. I hadn't seen that one.
I hadn't seen that one either.
I use them as
an enema. I love it.
So good.
I mean,
you can die that way. That actually happened on 100 Ways to Die. I saw an episode.
That's because the amount of alcohol
it goes
you
straight
absorb
to your bloodstream without being filtered.
Yeah, it doesn't go through the liver.
The whole story was this guy's doctor was like, "Hey, your liver's dead. Stop drinking." So that night he got vodka, like 100 proof vodka, and had his wife help him with like a
tampon.
No, a full on enema bag.
Back up a second. His wife helped him.
Yeah,
that's a motherfucker.
So he put the hose up his butt. She squeezed it. He, of course, got real drunk real fast and then dead. Because it was 100 proof vodka.
Could she be charged with murder?
I think that would be more assisted suicide.
Yeah, that's a
but if he was just like, hey buddy, hey Jimmy, I need help with an enema.
I need you to stick this hose up.
And I don't tell you it's alcohol. Yeah, and I don't tell you it's alcohol. Is it your fault that I died? You didn't know it wasn't water in there.
Right. But
you're just Randy can't reach his own butthole because he's really fat.
I'm going out on a limb, and I'm going to say that she knew it was alcohol.
She did.
Oh, yeah.
From what I remember, of course, this was years ago. That's also how I found out you can die if you huff buckets full of human poop.
Why would you want to do that?
Wow.
Well, this guy was in some rock band. They were on a tour bus, some crappy unknown rock band. Crappy. And he found out you can get a high without any illegal drugs. So he would just poop in a 5-gallon bucket and keep the lid on. Well, of course, that produces all these gases.
It exploded.
No, he'd pop the lid off, huff it like you would paint, and get high. And he did that so much he died, apparently.
What the fuck is wrong with people?
A lot, apparently.
Yeah.
Wow.
A lot of things going into and out of...
I don't have anything to say about that except wow.
Into and out of colons being used not as prescribed.
I think we should have a talk about this at the gym, Jimmy.
This is definitely a health issue.
This is a health issue.
We need to bring this up.
Don't huff your own poo.
Don't
it's
poop
called
in a bucket
Jenkem.
with a lid.
It has a name. It's called Jenkem.
Wait, what? It has a name?
You can Google it.
So it's that
Google
popular
Jenkem.
that it has a name?
It has a name. It's a thing.
So a lot of people out here huffing their own
apparently enough that people die from it. They get
How do you spell that?
Jenkum. If I remember right.
Holy. Did you see the
Is
pictures?
an inhaler and hallucinage created from fermented human waste?
Told you.
Wow.
That's Wikipedia. That's not even Urban Dictionary.
Look at this. No, look.
Look at that kid.
It's a kid drinking. It looks like a Yoo-hoo.
No, that's Jenkem.
Look at the T-shirt. There's a T-shirt that says Jenkem. Click on that. Look at that.
Oh, that's gross.
So you put a balloon over top of a bottle full of what we can presume is human
when
feces.
it fills up, then you huff the
it.
gas.
There's a bottle there. Look
at all
police
bottom
warn
left.
about Jenkem new legal high.
New. When was that made?
Look at that.
No, don't look
at that.
It's just some bottles.
Bottles upside down, guys. That's what that is.
That ain't what that is. That's a gooch in a coin purse.
Sweaty gooch.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, but this is I learned about this on
Jenkem in real life YouTube video.
So apparently you put human feces in a bottle, put a balloon over it, and as it inflates from the gases, you tie it off and sell it.
I guess, and then huff it like
And
helium.
people huff it.
Ugh.
I wonder how much people would pay.
Oh,
me
look
for
at that.
Look at the wait, we'll go down a little bit, Martelle. There was a woman. What
up here?
Oh no, down. There's brown all over her face.
This one? That's
and
a
it's
dude.
Called
How dare you assume his gender?
Okay,
the Jenkem Confessions.
His face is covered in all kinds of brown whatever.
There's
I'm
no
going
way
to make
you
a
could tell.
lot of assumptions about this individual.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to eat a Hershey's chocolate bar.
Apparently,
He knows how to motorboat one though.
Apparently,
that wasn't.
Well, it was on American
clothing.
Dad.
Wait, what?
Where's the Jenkem? It's an American Dad thing.
there you
I
go.
didn't know that either.
I see it.
From Silk Road.
This is
Don't go on Silk Road.
this
It
is
doesn't.
enlightening.
I was going to say it doesn't exist, but that's not true. I was looking for it the other day.
So I tried this chicken cock ride and eat. I like it less.
Really, but you also,
really do need.
You also had pickles in there.
Oh, now you want to justify? You tell me to use it, and then you want to justify it. You don't know. You don't get to play that game.
I like it neat.
I like it.
I don't
much
like
better
it
neat.
but you have it on the rocks. I like it better on the rocks.
Now listen, there's only one way to drink it.
However you want.
With Coke.
No, just
with Coke.
The way that you like it.
No.
Don't bring that bullcrap here. Be judgmental and crass. No, it's not bad and neat, but it kind of tastes flat to me. It kind of tastes like, okay, you drink a Coke and you drink a Diet Coke. This tastes like Diet Coke compared to what I had on the rocks. If that makes sense.
There is a JenkemMag.com.
Don't click on that link.
I'm too late.
There goes your... What a picture.
What the hell is
That
going
looks like
on?
my next tattoo.
I would pay you $7 if you got that tattoo.
$7?
Yeah, towards the tattoo. You're welcome.
Mr. Penis Breath, can I huff your shit?
You little cabbage eater.
I had to reread that. I'm glad you caught
That's
that.
going to be my newest insult. You little cabbage eater.
Yellow drippies. What's a yellow
Squat
drippy?
over my mouth and fart me a brown one, homie.
Oh my god!
Okay, the guys.
We are obviously in the dark web.
Yeah,
The FBI is going to be here in 32 seconds.
Guys, we made it.
We finally did it.
It's a
What's the
website
deal?
called
I just
Jenkem.
read that in Jerry Seinfeld's voice. What's the deal with Jenkem?
They have a podcast.
Man, Jannetti left just in time.
Oh yes, he did.
Or is he just
This
missing the
wouldn't
good
be
stuff?
possible if he was on here though, because we
Photo
need the
dump.
We need the Google to do that.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Jenkem was that one.
Either way, that's gross.
Jenkem. Yeah, I used to watch that show all the time because it blew my mind the ways that people have legitimately died.
Here's the real question:
and I'd never heard of any of them.
who was the first person to do that and be like,
Confucius.
guys, listen, I found this new thing. You just got to poop in a bucket.
It was
And
Confucius.
ferment it.
It was who?
Confucius. Confucius says, man with itchy butt has stinky finger. He smelled it first.
It's true.
Man who
Confucius
stands
says, man who has
Who stands
5-gallon
on toilet
Lowe's
is
bucket
high on-
full of poop fermented for a year.
Sniff the covered poop.
man
sniffs
who
and
stands
dies.
on toilet is high on pot.
But
There you go.
I like the chicken cock neat.
this show
We're back to this.
this show went off the rails. I'm loving this.
This is what it is.
I
though.
don't not like it neat, but I would put this at a 2. I'd still say try it
Yeah.
at a 2, but on the rocks, I'd say 2.5.
Nice.
Yeah, I like it.
But also, I like most stuff on the rocks better than neat. Most.
I'm easily at a 2.5.
I judged the bottle or like everything I thought about chicken cock. I judged
How it feels
based
on
on
your
the
butt.
bottle. Yeah.
that
And my
chicken wire.
Jenkem. A little chicken cock in my Jenkem.
The chicken wire
I
on
just
your
got
butt.
high sniffing this bottle. It smells like Jimmy Jenkem.
Jimmy Jenkem.
Next time you enter a competition,
If I have another son, I'm naming him that.
Jimmy
Jimmy Jenkem
Jimmy
Barnes.
Jenkem Barnes.
Well, he can't be a junior. JJB.
Oh man! Next time you guys do a CrossFit, any kind of competition, where you're going to make up team
June
names
5th,
or whatever,
just Jenkems.
just enter something as Jimmy Jenkem, and don't tell anybody what it is. Because, like you, most probably don't know. I hope.
I didn't know, and
I only know because of that old show.
but apparently I'm judging now at the next.
You're judging.
That's
You
all I do.
finally-
is
You got
judge.
roped into
I
it.
was going to say you finally like you're in your wheelhouse.
Brandon roped me into it somehow.
He still exists.
Yeah,
He does.
I never see him anymore.
And he's good at roping people into things.
He was like
He is good at tying ropes around people's
that
wrists
mother-
and
that-
ankles.
motherfucker. He
Huckleberry.
got me mid rep. Like I was doing one of the workouts last week,
No, that don't count then.
and he got me mid rep about judging.
That
And I
don't
just looked
count.
at him like, "What can I say?" And
Mid-rep.
he's like, "Good, you're judging." I'm like, "What? Hold on." So now I'm judging. I'm judging the car.
You
the
don't
power
act like
hour.
you don't want to do it. You like judging people for everything.
So
Get off your phone, Tyler.
I was thanking our guest for being on the show,
Why?
and he was sad that he had to run.
You should have apologized.
Oh, he loves being on the show.
I wish he was closer.
I do wish he was closer. Before he moved, I wanted to get him on the show,
He's now my favorite Jannetti.
but he's always been my favorite Jannetti.
Well, I didn't know him
Sorry.
for years.
Sorry, Aaron.
I knew Aaron forever and trained under him and everything. And then you were like, hey, there's this guy Jason Jannetti too. And I was like, who?
There's another genetic.
Hey, by the way, there's a third Jannetti.
What?
Yeah,
Wait a
they have a
second.
sister.
Is she?
Oh,
Okay, because I almost said, is she hot right before you said that? And I was like assuming it was a dude. And I was about to say, is she hot? So is she hot though?
I don't know. I just know that there's Aaron,
She got a
Jason,
Facebook?
and then there's the sister.
I about tried to look her up on Facebook. I don't even know her name. Sister Jannetti. It's some nun. Some Italian nun.
But, yeah, I was thanking Jason for being on the show, and he said he appreciates and loves coming on, and was bummed that he had to run.
Wait till
he wants to come
wait
back
till he
on the
listens
show
back to this. Here's
everything
Like those
after his
it's going to sound like the Twister soundtrack, and then just tank.
I'm going to try to I'm going to fix that somehow. I'll have to go through and
You're going to end up ruining the audio and losing it.
no. Because the audio is saved.
Yeah.
But we've lost stuff before.
It's about once a year, and we're about due.
But the audio was saved by Zoom, not by.
You guys realize we are like 15 days away from 3 years of recording?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I think we've missed like 1 week in that, maybe 2.
Maybe 2. Yeah.
Was I on the episode in the
You
first year?
You were in the first year.
No, he was second year.
Was it?
Yeah, I think when we went to the gym was second year.
When we did
Second
that
year.
4-hour marathon show,
Dude, that was
Jimmy
fun.
got in trouble.
I didn't get in trouble. I got drunk.
You got. you did
Now,
get
I
drunk.
will say this. Believe it or not, that was my first real experience with whiskey. Isn't that crazy?
Well, you're welcome, first off.
And ever
Right.
since then,
I
I've
was
become
gonna
an
say,
alcoholic.
we recorded.
So thank you guys.
What
Appreciate
can I
that.
say? Except
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Oh my gosh, I
All
just got done watching that
you
movie.
drunk on that day.
So I have chat. So Jimmy brought like a bunch of shit.
he brought a box.
He brought all
Dude,
all the chicken.
He brought a
costas.
pallet.
I get a little excited about sharing whiskey. I get a little excited.
Hey,
about
no.
it.
I'm
You
fine
know
with
what?
it.
Thank you, because everybody else that comes on don't bring us crap except for Meat Derek.
Yeah, Meat Derek brings meat. He brings
GW
Meat
doesn't
Derek.
bring crap.
he brings wings and ribs and
Where's Meat Derek at?
Smokeout Barbecue. I share his
he's-
posts all the time on
He needs to
Facebook.
be here, with meat.
Oh, that's.
well, he was at Combustion last
I told.
night. And
Well,
I
we
wanted
wanted
to,
to do
I
a
wanted
big.
to go.
We wanted to do it, but he's
Well,
they sold out quick again.
I'm sure they did.
11 trays of mac and cheese
What
gone.
the fuck?
Holy crap.
11 pans gone.
Those.
I mean,
Now where are they at?
sold out of pork.
So it's a food truck.
It's a food truck.
You're right. Yeah.
So you follow them on, like if you go to Street Food Finder, there's
oh,
an app.
do
I
we have
was
someone?
about to say.
Do we have
I was
someone
gonna bring
coming
that
for
up.
the comp?
We do not yet.
You need to get, dude.
Send them our way because we need.
He had an event that bombed down in Logan, and I bought a pan of chicken, a pan of pork, a pan of brisket, 2 pans of mac and cheese, a pan of beans, everything. Because I'm like, I'll take that and freeze it. Because he only wants fresh food. He has built a great reputation. He doesn't want stuff reheated. So I bought all this stuff, went out and got it. I take the pans of baked beans to my in-laws the next day because we were celebrating somebody's birthday. And they ate them all. Like, it was insane. It was his food. He smokes his baked beans. He
I've
smokes
seen
his
you post some things about it.
I just
and-
sent Derek a message for you.
Oh,
There you go,
rock.
dude. I'm telling you,
I
gotta
asked him
get
if he's
there.
busy on June 5th. My gym may need a vendor for food.
Do need.
To
I am
feed
busy June
them-
5th, but
them
you want to get me
peoples.
back to the gym? Smoke out barbecues. That's
What
better
are you
than
doing
Planet
on June
Fitness
5th?
in Dennett's.
Is it
Dennett's?
personal?
Donuts. No, I'm going to a car show in the morning with Dad. I'm probably going to drive my old Lincoln, take his old 52 Chevy. And then after that, a friend is moving. But I pretty much told him I don't want to do that.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
But it was funny because he goes, I can pay you in pizza, beer, or ammo. And I was
All
like,
the above.
All 3.
ammo, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Of course, it'd be like 2 9mm rounds the way things are going right now. But
That's pretty.
On the way back from Logan, we had to dodge a piece of like a 2x6 in the middle of the road. I almost stopped and picked it up because that was like $70 worth of wood.
At
Right.
least.
Holy
you
shit.
can't leave that laying around, man.
So I was like, these people are missing all this money.
That's the new picking up a penny in a parking lot, except
No
for way
kidding.
more.
So I've got the Tennessee Chattanooga
Do you have it now?
right here. I haven't tried it yet. I've smelled it. Smells pretty good.
I gotta
Not
say,
gonna lie.
I was really, really surprised by this because I seen it, and I've been wanting to try the Chattanooga series, whatever they have out. I've been wanting to try it.
So this is a Tennessee whiskey, Martell.
It
It is,
a
and that's
Tennessee
and
typically
that's
despise.
Now,
Not
look,
dislike,
Jimmy and I had that
despise.
conversation
the
before you showed up.
cork. I was really impressed by the cork because it's only a cork. It's
Yeah,
all cork.
It's all cork.
I love that, and the bottle is really nice. The taste of the whiskey, super sweet. Not super.
It's
sweet.
111
So
proof. It's a cast strength, made in Chattanooga. My biggest problem with
It
the cork
smells very sweet.
is it kind of looks like me on a winter day.
Well, that's a you problem.
It's actual
Me on a
size,
summer
too.
day is like that though. It's
That's the
inverted.
scale.
No, exactly.
Yeah,
that's
or,
on a good
I don't know,
day.
Though. The Booker's kind of got you too.
That's me on a bad day. This is me on a good day.
The Booker's is broken.
So I'm going to finish my chicken.
Derek's leaving on for vacation on the 5th.
Tell him to leave on the 6th.
Hey, but he does cater too. He can pre-make it and then just drop it off like on the 4th.
But we don't know how much you would need, though.
Yeah.
That has to be predetermined and paid for up front.
You need to get him for an event, though.
We will.
Honestly, as far as food.
When does he get back? Because we'll have him that day. No.
The 12th.
Like, we have another event.
Hey, we should have a bourbon tasting at the gym.
We've done it once for Mike Shank's
invite
birthday.
him to come down and sell, because, when you drink bourbon, you get hungry.
Well, you know what? We should do a bourbon tasting. Try to get not Randy or I, because that would just be bad to try to lead people through a bourbon tasting. Try to find somebody who can actually lead through a bourbon.
Like an actual,
like a sommelier or distiller or somebody in charge for it.
Like an Angel's Envy Guardian?
I don't know that Lindsay would do it, to be honest.
I bet she would.
I quit following her on all aspects.
Or
she kind of
just get a bunch of guys together
on that bottle. That pissed me off.
We just get a bunch of guys together to drink bourbon.
No. I never really went after it. Or just get a bunch
and eat.
Well, here's the thing. Derek's not going to come down for 12 plates. You know what I'm saying?
For one person, though. What about everybody else?
Yeah, sorry, I was just thinking me. He's not going to come down for 15 plates.
I'll say me.
No, I mean, he's got it. This is what he does for a living. So
how much? Well, if we cater it, though, if we do a cater,
I don't know. We'll have to call him.
Is it hot? Good?
Yeah, it's hot. It's spicy.
No. He just did a wedding where they set it up with the burners under it and everything.
No, I was talking.
I just took a sip of the.
He was like, hold on.
Well, you went from 90 proof to 111 cask.
It was, it's very.
I'm going to finish this so I can try
It's very hot. It's very spicy.
What I like about it, though, is it's so good.
It smells really sweet on the nose. Like, I'm not picking up anything in particular, but on the palate, it is super fucking hot. Like, it is hot.
I mean, it's 111.
But I also...
Like on a scale of 1 to Grimace, how hot is it?
Ronald McDonald.
That's pretty close to Grimace.
So, the Fry Guys.
However, though, you just had Booker's.
I did have Booker's, but that Booker's wasn't...
Booker's is 128.
I've never had Booker's.
But Booker's was so much smoother than this is. Booker's
is surprisingly like... You read 128 proof, and you're like, that's going to set me on fire.
This smells hot. This Chattanooga.
Booker's goes down smooth.
But Booker's is so much smooth. Like...
Chocolatey.
Anything... Tennessee whiskey, to me, is very harsh. Like, Jack Daniels is very harsh.
It's just that we were talking earlier that Jack Daniels, the whole charcoal filter thing, it's like they took it a step too far for me.
Yeah.
I don't like the charcoal filter. I don't know. Gentleman Jack, I can drink, but I just don't. Especially at the price point, there's a million other bourbons and whiskeys I'd get before Gentleman Jack. And I do regularly.
Right.
Honestly, I would rather buy Ancient Age, and not even Ancient Age, over Gentleman Jack.
I watched someone walk into the pit stop yesterday and pick up a bottle of Ancient Age. I'm like,
it's a great mixer.
Yeah, I hope you're mixing that.
It's like Benchmark.
Anything bottom shelf is a good mixer.
Yeah, like
really anything.
I mean, Blanton's is a good mixer.
Hold on. Did you ever try the Kentucky Tavern or the Beam A-Star?
No, I have not.
That's sub-basement. You're going to go get it. We'll keep talking. You go get it.
Wait, do you have it?
You think we drank the rest of it? You heard the episode, right?
I don't know. Possibly.
You said you listened. You liar.
I have a short-term memory.
Well, that's fair. I won't argue. I mean, I
could have listened to a show yesterday and not remembered anything you guys said.
We record on a Saturday. It drops on a Tuesday, and like Mo listens like Wednesday or I think Thursday while he's working out every week. And he'll message me and be like, LOL, jeans. And I'm like, dude, what the hell are you talking about? He's like, Martelle's jeans. I'm like, what about it? He's like, he spilled something on his jeans. I was like, what did he spill? It was like less than a week ago, and I totally blanked. I've moved on in my life. That wasn't important to me.
It didn't get stored in the data.
No.
In the data bank.
Well, we recorded one episode, so when Martelle went on vacation, or was out for COVID or whatever, we'd only recorded it a couple months before. I'd forgotten everything that happened. Everything.
Man.
So, yeah, here's your plastic bottles.
I was about to say, I feel like I'm back in high school.
Well, they do come in plastic bottles for the large version, too.
Great.
Whoa, that Chattanooga's...
It's spicy. It's a
weird spice. It's like a butterscotch spice.
Yeah, it's hot.
It's like a red chili pepper with butterscotch.
Now, don't go crazy on that, Jimmy. Just take a little bit.
Just let him go.
I don't
no,
want to
you're
go
going to do
very
it.
crazy on it at all.
I mean,
you're gonna
pour an entire glass, but don't.
I
Just
have,
shut that
I have
bottle.
to drive back home. Remember that.
You'll be fine.
Well, this will sober you up.
yeah,
trust
this will.
It's just water, guys.
It'll sober you up. It's whatever that water is that
Sure
doesn't.
Ricky Bobby had that woke him up from the concussion or whatever when he got
It's
knocked
so
out.
light too. It has like barely any color to it.
Well, it's probably only like a 1 year. So
That's the B-Mate store.
yeah,
That's straight cough syrup.
We
That's
tried mixing that.
Robitussin.
You know how thick and how many flavors Dr. Pepper has? 23 flavors would not cover that. We tried to mix it with Dr. Pepper,
It
and it did
through
not work. I was like,
straight.
I was
through
like,
it.
this made Dr. Pepper worse somehow.
And I went out and bought that bottle.
It's bad.
I bought that bottle because Randy had never tried it, so I went out and bought a bottle of it so that he could try it.
How much was this Chattanooga I'm drinking?
For 30 to 40.
430.
Hard pass on that. I give it a negative 17.
Yeah, it's not
30
bad.
to
I mean,
$40.
I would
just
give
feel
this
like
one
it's very
30 to
harsh.
40. It's harsh and it's hot.
You really
Which-
think it's harsh?
I do. It's Tennessee whiskey. When you get
Tennessee whiskey is harsh.
Tennessee whiskey must hit me different.
Well,
because
like I told you, my buddy's a Jack Daniel's Squire. He loves Gentleman Jack, and I drink it. I'm like, it's not good. It's definitely not $50 good at all. Yeah, there's a Kentucky Tavern.
That tavern is.
How many donuts?
Ugh.
How many donuts you give each of those?
I wouldn't even give it a donut. Like that's asparagus.
You're taking a donut.
Wait, I love asparagus.
Yeah, I like
I do too,
asparagus
but we're talking about opposites
Get
here.
Brussels sprouts.
it makes my
Yeah.
pee smell like grape.
A grape.
It also
Smells
makes
like, smells like purple.
Oh man,
it tastes like purple drink.
that's like flavored water.
It's awful.
Not good flavored water though.
those
not
are
good flavor.
Those
absolute.
two,
So
we gave a 1 because we determined that 1 is our absolute lowest. Like, do not get this.
There's not even a 0.
Yeah,
2
no.
is like, try it if you want to. 2.5 is try it if you see it.
yeah,
That we gave a
Chattanooga-
1, but we really thought hard about changing our rating system.
that
Like those
We
two
might
made us
add a
really,
0
Yeah,
just
like,
for those.
We
Yeah.
we really fought ourselves on how to rate those, and we decided
Yep.
to stick to our guns. But those two, and we've made jokes several times since about them.
Well-
and I believe since we tried them, you're the only one that's drank them since then.
yeah.
That beans-
no, that absolutely
That
because I
beans
haven't.
is looking low though. We didn't drink that much.
No, we did.
That was
Because we
terrible
mixed
life
it.
choice.
Because we tried it straight. We
And we
tried
tried
it
with
on the
different
rocks.
things, yeah.
We tried it with Dr. Pepper. We tried it with root beer.
And the thing was, when we tried it with Dr. Pepper and root beer, we only put a little bit in because we're like, root beer is strong.
It
Dr.
cut
Pepper's
through
strong.
it
yeah.
like a.
It'll cover
like
it, right? No.
Wow.
So when you see somebody buying Kentucky Tavern or Beam's 8-star, or
You know what? If you see someone buying that, offer to buy them something else.
well, I was going to say first
Listen, I'll
off,
give
they
you 10
are
extra dollars.
they need to go to AA because they've got a problem.
They have
Yeah,
a problem.
they're just drinking
The
it
only
for
reason you're
the-
drinking
the
that is
alcohol.
because
Well,
it's so cheap, and
so-
you're trying to get drunk as cheaply as
in
possible.
the
That's it.
Kentucky Tavern, I bought a bigger bottle. No, I bought a bottle of that size. That's what it was. I was down in Kentucky, in Covington, at Party Source, and the guy was like, some old dude was talking to another old dude, and he's like, Kentucky Tavern, he's like, that's a great everyday drinker. And I'm like, well, shit, for $10, I'd buy a bottle of that because
$10 for a gallon of
well,
it.
I bought the Heaven's Hill bottle and bond was $12. It was the same size bottle. I'm like, that was fantastic. I'll buy a bottle of this.
Yeah, the Heaven Hill's really good.
I'm like, it can't be. Oh, it was awful. Like it took everything I
beyond
The
had.
fact that he called it an everyday drinker.
He called it an everyday drinker. I'm like,
Alcoholic.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, full on.
no. Bullet Rye and Bullet Bourbon is an everyday drinker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a solid one.
And you can even enjoy those.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that,
you can drink them
ugh.
neat or on the rocks.
You
fine.
can't enjoy Kentucky Tavern or Beam 8-Star.
No, there's no enjoying those. Now you understand.
Yeah, that's
Here you go, Randy.
that's bad. So I did the
I've
chicken.
got like 3 other bottles lined up over here.
Well, I did the chicken cock. So the Chattanooga,
rye.
the Chattanooga I like.
What
but I
would
don't-
you rate the Chattanooga?
I'm going to give it a 2.
I'm with you on the. I'm going to give it a 2. Here's the thing I like about it. To Jimmy's credit, I like that it's got kind of a butterscotchy taste,
Yeah,
but it tastes like a butterscotch covered, like a coated, or it tastes
I
like
get-
you know when you go to the ice cream buffets that or the frozen yogurt and they have the different toppings. You got the chocolate, strawberry, butterscotch. It tastes like somebody dipped a mild chili pepper and butterscotch, and you eat it.
So when I had it,
That's what it tastes like to
it
me.
was like a cinnamon bomb.
Oh, I'm not getting any cinnamon.
I got a lot of that.
I'm not getting much cinnamon. It's real butterscotchy to me.
Mm-hmm. It's very buttery and butterscotchy.
It's not bad, and for a Tennessee whiskey, I do like it. I'll say that. But I don't know if this is something that I would even.
But it's very harsh.
Yeah, I don't know if I would buy it. If I had a bottle gifted to me, I'd keep it. I'd bust it out from time to time. Mm-hmm. But it's not like sending me over the moon.
Now,
the chicken cock rye I like way better than the Chattanooga.
Really?
Yeah, so the chicken cock rye I like, but I think I like the bourbon better.
I haven't had the bourbon yet.
See, I just
have some
recently
right now.
got the bourbon, and I liked the rye better than the bourbon.
Really?
Okay, the Chattanooga whiskey, after putting it on the little bit of ice I have left, way better.
Really?
Way better.
You're a rocks guy, though, aren't you?
Oh, absolutely. Hands down, yeah.
Yeah, because then he can fill up tumblers that are 28, 32 ounces.
Protein shakers.
Yeah,
and drink out of those.
Yeah, no, I am very much a rocks guy, mainly because I like it cool. I used to keep my bourbons and whiskeys in the freezer.
Really?
I used to. Now, that changed when I started with this podcast.
Show.
Really, and it kind of expanded my palate, expanded my views on things.
You're welcome.
You're such a terrible influence. I have friends. I had a buddy text me a message a couple months ago. It was a bottle of Buffalo Trace, but it was a store pick. Mm-hmm. Hey, do you know anything about this?
Now here's
so I looked at it.
Let me ask you something. Do you really think store picks are that much different than regular?
No.
In some cases.
Different, yes. But the thing is, not any different than if you went and picked one out.
So
it's just some random dude picking it out.
To me, it doesn't, like, just because it has a sticker on the side that says this place chose it,
right?
Doesn't make me any more excited.
That's just their opinion.
It depends on it depends on who does the picking, though. So
it's like the Middle West Spirits Buffalo Hunters.
Well,
Buffalo Hunters.
Dude, but
like neither of them would ever be able to hunt a buffalo.
No, I mean
they can't even hunt a pizza place,
right? A good pizza place, and there's one down the street from
right.
dudes.
They live next to them.
But so Dude and them sat down and went through barrels, and they chose the barrel
and
that they liked.
I like
now
theirs.
There are I had a Knob Creek store pick, but it was picked by Fred No from Knob Creek. Mm-hmm. So it was he just goes in, he goes, send this, basically it's send these barrels to them, bottle these barrels.
And that's somebody that literally has made an entire living
right
in the game.
That's the owner
that's
of
what he does.
Knob Creek. So that's what he does. So he's just like, send these barrels to this store.
It's way better than
this is a store
random
pick.
dude named Dude.
Random dude named Dude.
I don't know. I think Dude did it. I think Dude.
I still haven't cracked that bottle yet.
I finished my bottle last. I finished a bottle last
Both
night.
Of mine
I have
really?
one bottle left.
Honestly, I get
good,
in our private Facebook message group with them. I give them so much crap for that. It's a really good pick.
It is. It's a fantastic.
It's a really good pick.
I've heard nothing but good things, but I just
can't not roast them. But they say you only roast the ones you love, right?
So
right. My thing is like I don't want to open it and it sit on my shelf for a long time because I have so many open bottles.
I bought 2 bottles. Mm-hmm. I finished my first bottle last night. I actually that was it. I killed it last night with a whiskey, a pineapple sour. And I will say,
it was so good I mixed mine with Coke.
I think Dude and
Diet Coke.
That's how you know it's good.
And Brett did a good job picking that.
Yeah.
I think if Tyler would have been there, it would have been fucked.
he would have had to Google what to pick.
He would have just been like, this is hold on my phone. And then he would have like, all right, we're going with this one.
So much hell, I love it. No, it's honestly, do you have 1 bottle or 2?
I just got one.
Okay. I was gonna say if you have 2, I'll buy one off you.
You know what? I would say
really
open it. Open it. Let it.
You should have brought that tonight because we
pour.
I will say that too. Open it. Pour one, and then let it sit for about a month, and then come back to it. It's amazing.
It
changes it a little
really
bit.
good.
It really does. I'll be honest. It's one of my favorites that I've got. That's kind of like a one-off or weird, hard to get. It's one of my favorites.
Well, you'll never be able to get it again.
It's kind of like one of those one-time deals.
Yeah. I mean, don't just sit on it.
I shared mine a lot.
No, I'm not going to sit on it. I just don't want to open it because I like to rotate when I have my.
But that's perfect for you because you should open it and pour one and have it, and then wait a month, like you said.
Let it sit.
It'll be good for you. But I opened mine, tasted it, and then I kind of waited a few days, had it again, shared it. Week later, whatever, had some friends over, shared it with them. both my bottles are gone because I liked it so much. I started like telling my buddies, like, "Hey, you need to try this."
Mm-hmm. Well, and Middle West Spirits does a really good job anyway. I mean,
yeah, they do.
The barrels that dude and Brett picked, I think, are fantastic. But Middle West does it. I've always been a fan since I started when they were using.
Well, you and I talked about working with them and with Outer Belt to do whiskey barrels and beer and
and two bitch and barrels, and I've given up on all of that with Outer Belt.
It's
honestly, unfortunate, but
honestly, it's a lot of work. It really is. It's a lot of work.
I mean, but that's how I got my connection with Outer Belt was because I had offered up, like, I had a connection with Two Bitch. I still have a connection with Two Bitch Bourbon to get barrels. So because I will say that Outer Belt has the biggest barrel program out of any brewery in Central Ohio.
Really?
They have 30.
I just got it the other day.
They probably have 30 or 40 barrels sitting in there, like right in the bar. You just walk in, you're like, holy shit, there's so many barrels. There's French wine barrels.
Wow.
There's Buffalo Trace barrels. There's Heaven Hill barrels. They'll just order barrels and they'll just get them in and they will pump them full of something,
blood,
some beer. Whatever.
So they've got beer sitting in Buffalo Trace barrels.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They did a mint chocolate chip stout in a Heaven Hill barrel that was to fucking die for.
Really?
Literally.
I would have taken
died. We had to resuscitate him.
I would have taken a bullet for
You had
this
to put
beer.
a little
He
Kentucky
took it
Tavern
and put
up
it
to
in
his
an
nose.
enema bottle
and squeezed
it straight up his butt and died.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then they brought me
him
back.
Wow.
We used Kentucky Tavern to bring him back.
Yeah.
Woke him right up.
It's like some
Woke him
shitty
right up.
That's
smelling
the stuff
salts.
that raised Lazarus from the dead.
Rub a little bit of that under your nose and you're good.
Oh, man.
Under your taint, you'll wake up.
Just don't get it near the butthole.
Yeah, just don't get near the
See,
butthole.
everybody thinks that the Pillsbury Doughboy giggles because of the belly poke. It's really because of the Kentucky Tavern up in his gooch.
Yeah.
Or is that really his butthole?
I don't know. He's made of dough. You could be onto something. This whole time we thought he was getting poked in the
human.
belly.
He is not human. That's right.
He's not human, so
It's like a Balchinian.
He's getting There's commercials of Pillsbury Doughboy getting fingered in the butthole.
Oh, man.
You just ruined my childhood, Jamuel.
I'm never eating another Pillsbury.
Another croissant.
I could have dropped my croissant. I will.
Oh, my
I'll
God.
eat all the Pillsbury.
Yeah, definitely.
This show.
So anyway,
This show.
I'm trying to recap. So I had the chicken cock rye, gave it a 2.5 on the rocks. Too neat.
Jimmy brought all this shit. I'm going
I
through it.
forgot about that bottle.
I went to the Chattanooga. Honestly, I love it on the rocks.
Yeah,
I think it tones down the harshness that Martel's
brings
talking about.
down that heat a little bit.
I tried it neat. Well, it's not even the heat. The heat
It's-
I usually like, but
the
it's
heat's fine.
It's just harsh was a good word for it. It's
harsh.
just. It's not that I want to enjoy it, but it's also not something I would pick over a good Kentucky bourbon.
Sure.
Like if I want a good, like I like smoking tobacco pipes, fine cigars. I'm not going to choose that to smoke one of my Drew Estates acid line of cigars that are super sweet with.
Acid. I like
That's what
acid.
they're called. They're phenomenal. We should have a cigar
You know
night.
what? I think. Well, you know what?
I've got a whole humidor full at home.
When it comes to cigars, I don't like the mouthfeel after a cigar. Like I feel like my mouth
We've
is
talked
just
about that before, I
fucking
think.
dirty.
But with the
And I
Your
brush my
mouth is
teeth.
very dirty.
I know.
my
That's-
mom even knows that's why she gives
that's
you a
why
dictionary.
that's why I got a dictionary. But I just feel like after a cigar, it's just like you're like the teeth
I'm
feel
gonna bring
fuzzy.
I'm going to bring
and
you a
it's
certain
disgusting.
cigar that I think
We can do it outside over the summer.
Obviously, we're not going to do it in here. Liz would shoot all of us.
Probably.
But and that's my goal. If I ever build a house, I'm going to build a smoker's room. There's the place called the Governor's in Old Westerville.
Yeah.
You go into the cigar shop lounge, right? Old dudes, young dudes smoking pipes, mainly cigars.
Smoking weed.
No weed.
Oh.
Which
I may get on the psilocybin.
I don't care about any of that. We've had some of those talks. We still need to have my cousin on about that. But anyway,
Psilocybin?
yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. I'm interested in microdosing.
Okay. Well, we need to talk.
Like
off
I
the air
know
and get
some
set up.
people that are doing
But-
it now. But yeah, let's do that.
We'll
I'm
set that
interested.
up. She deals anything marijuana based or related or CBD or any of that.
This is
became,
magic shrooms. Psilocybin's magic.
I've got
shrooms.
another connection for that.
I mean, I
weird
have a
that I've
connection
done
for
none
it.
of this, and I have all
You
the
have all the
knowledge.
connections.
I have a connection for the psilocybin,
But
for the shrooms.
The
But
cigar place, you go in there and you would expect it to smell like the old cigarette tobacco place in Circleville where you could smoke inside legally.
yeah,
or the old bars, you always walk in and smell cigarettes.
It's because they have the air filtration
Well,
systems.
you go into this place, you smell nothing. And you can sit there and smoke a very fine cigar, and the filtration system's so good. So I want a room in a house. I've looked into the systems. They're
they're ridiculous.
You're talking at least $5,000.
Yeah.
And I wanted to put that in a rental that I did not own.
As long as it's portable, who cares?
Right, well,
I mean,
true.
if it's a portable system,
it's like, how nice would it be to be able to watch like a Buckeyes game or have a poker night or sit and enjoy a good whiskey and a cigar inside, but never smell it after you're done. You know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you, if it's portable, then it's probably worth it if that's what you want to do.
It's not portable. Not the ones I've found. The good ones.
If you can install it and uninstall it, it's portable.
True. I just realized I'm using one of the Virgil Cane cups.
Yeah, you are. I got the 2-bits. You and Jimmy have Virgil Canes.
Cheers to Virgil Cane and 2-bits, both sponsors of our show previously.
Yeah. So
is that the bourbon cock?
Is that the chicken cock bourbon you have?
It is, and
You
I
have
just tried
like
it.
4 fucking ounces in that glass.
Nah, it's fine.
Because we still have one more to do after that.
I have not gone to the. I thought I had the Bookers.
Oh, you have 2 more to do.
Now you want.
I've not had the
Booker's
EH.
is 128, so you might want to.
I'm gonna
just taste.
I'm
that
gonna
one.
let you. I'm just gonna smell it. We'll go off of that. But here's what I will say: the chicken cock. So the chicken cock rye I gave a 2.5 on the rocks, too neat. The Chattanooga, I was opposite. I liked it better on the rocks. Or no, that's the same. This, sorry, we've talked about 50 million things.
What is
It's been back and forth.
I think at one point I rated Jenkem, so I have no clue where we're at now. But the chicken cock bourbon, I really like this.
I really like it.
And I'm having it neat. I'm done. My ice is gone. It's melted. It's gone. Mm-hmm. I really like this.
I do
so
too.
Was this still about the 50, 55?
It's actually less.
Really? Than the rye?
I think the bourbon is less than the rye.
I would definitely give this a 3 then. If it's less than the rye.
I think you sent us, or you sent me a photo, maybe.
Did it have the prices on it?
Maybe it was to you, to me and Lon. Yes.
Lon got hacked, and he put out a Facebook message that I got hacked. I said, yeah, I know you got hacked because I barely know you from the gym, and you've never, ever talked to me on Facebook,
right.
And I got a message from you.
So
I assumed you were hacked.
So the chicken cock bourbon is $59.99, and the rye is $69.99.
Okay, I don't like it so much at 60. I thought it was more around the 45 to 50 range.
Both of them at $40 is an
that would be a steal.
Purchase.
That would be a steal.
They should be a $40.
They both of them should be at the same price.
I agree with both of you.
I don't.
This
agree
is good marketing. This is good packaging. This is Blanton's.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
I mean,
whoa.
So
Blanton's is in a pretty bottle. It's a $30 whiskey.
If Blanton's did not have even the bottle's nice, but if it didn't have the horsey corks that everybody wants to collect all the letters, it would not be worth near what it was. If it just had a random,
no, it's a hype bottle. It's hyped up.
It is.
It is.
Well, not only that, it was in so many movies, and then it became like the cool thing to get. You know. So,
I don't know a single movie that it was in.
John Wick.
John Wick.
In John Wick, it was
which I haven't even seen.
John Wick. It wasn't the.
I've heard they're good.
It wasn't the shit that we get here. It's the green label. It's the European version.
It's not even the same stuff.
It's not even
the bottle's the same.
And those
the
are even less
different.
proof, and like I think the green label's less proof. Isn't it
might be, but it's supposed to be better.
It's like 80.
It's
80 proof.
So I'm going to say chicken cock bourbon. I'm giving this at
I'm at a 2.
60 a bottle. I was going to give it a 3. I'm going to give it a 2.5.
The price point. So if you take the price point out of it, what would you rate it?
3.
3,
which is, as you know,
I'd give them both a 3. With no price point, but at the price point, they're only like a 2.
How available are they?
They recently just hit.
Really available.
They recently just hit Ohio.
Okay, so you can pretty much get them. You know, it's not hyped up.
It's not like you have to wait in line for it. It's not anything like that.
I
walked in at noon.
I'm going to give the rye neat. I'm going to rate them all neat. I'm going to give the chicken cock rye a 2, the bourbon a 2.5, and then the Chattanooga a 2.5. I would say they're all worth trying, but I don't know that I would buy a second bottle.
It's not a shelfer. They're not shelfer bottles.
I'm with you on that, Randy. Like I would, except I would give the Chattanooga a 2. It is way too harsh for me.
It is harsh.
Something about that. Okay. Maybe I just like that harshness.
No,
something about
I think you just like.
I'm with you. I'm with you on the 2. I'm with you on the 2. I forgot I poured that one on the rocks first, and I really liked it on the rocks. Neat, it's a 2. Mm-hmm. So yeah, the Chattanooga is a 2. I would say try it if you're looking for something new.
Absolutely
you're looking for
try it.
It's not something that I'm going to walk in and search for and buy.
That's something
every time I see it.
My buddy, that's a Jack Daniel's Tennessee Squire. Or whatever,
he would like that.
I'm going to recommend it to him.
Yes,
because I think he'd like it. But I would give it a 2. I'd say you try it, and maybe again, just like barrel picks, you're getting the opinions of Martelle and Randy when you listen to our show.
We're morons, so
we're morons. We
just
have really good taste. Well, it's like I was saying, my buddy sent me a picture of the Buffalo Trace, store pick, and he's like, "What is this?" So I was like, "Oh, it's a store pick. It's Buffalo Trace. How much is it worth?" I was like, "Oh, it's worth this much here. Out of state, it's worth their store picks go for this range." And he was like, "Cool, it was a gift." I was like, "Well, that's a good gift,
it's a good
any
gift.
kind of Buffalo Trace is a good gift, but a store pick." I said keep it,
gift.
and I know the guy. He don't, it's not like he's hard up for money. I'm like, no, keep it, enjoy it, save it for a good occasion, you know, poker night or you're celebrating an anniversary, But so I think we've gotten to the point where we have now we're definitely a niche. You and I have very similar styles,
right?
And taste versus like the bourbon hunters
versus Jimmy.
Or Jimmy.
I like it all.
Yeah.
I don't hate it.
Jimmy's like, everything's a 5.
Everything's great.
Kentucky amazing. Great.
So good.
I love Crown Royal Vanilla.
Is it a store pick?
I like maple and
It's
apple.
got a sticker.
Fucking stickers.
But yeah, no.
My Funko
I would
Pops
say
have stickers.
Those so far, the ones I've had, they're good. I'd say try them all. The chicken cock impressed me because it was like really gimmicky with the name. It's like that the cider brand that's named Deepin. Have you ever heard of that?
Never heard of that.
Deepin cider.
Well, no, I get it, but I've never heard of it.
So everybody's joking about it. I'm like, you kind of want to try it just because
you almost
of the name.
have to buy it for the name.
Yeah. So chicken cock is one of those things I probably go, that's pretty funny. We should review that on the show. Thankfully, you paid for it and I didn't. But if I see it, now that I've had it, I don't know that I would buy a bottle. I think there are better picks at
absolutely.
a lower price point than that.
So
if you can find them. Some of the stuff I like Eagle Rare at $32, I will buy that every time I see it.
Eagle Rare is really
But you just can't.
good.
You don't
rare.
find it.
It's rare in Ohio.
It is Eagle Rare.
It's
rare. American.
The
Eagle
price
Rare.
you get in Ohio is rare.
The Eagle is rare. So you're still sipping on.
I'm on the chicken cock.
Bourbon. You still have to drive home. So I'm on to the 4 grain that Jimmy made.
So okay, I blended.
That's the H. Taylor one.
That's the H. Taylor bottle.
You should go for that
you
one
just
next.
shot that?
I'm good.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Now listen,
I'm fine.
Beth's going to listen to this.
The E.H. Taylor is not actually E.H. Taylor.
You're making it sound like way more than it
I
is.
know. It's not. It was
So
only,
the
You
H.
should
Taylor
definitely
bottle,
go for that one next.
You use like an infinity bottle.
yes.
Okay.
Well,
Technically.
so what Jimmy did is he mixed
Is this that poor man's Blanton's or whatever?
No,
Poor
this
man's
is-
Blanton's.
This is poor man's 4 grain.
No. So 4 grain. So E.H.
poor
Taylor.
man's Pappy is what I was thinking.
No.
No, it's not Pappy.
E.H. Taylor makes a 4 grain bourbon that goes on the market for like $2,000.
That's dumb.
It is dumb.
I will never
very
pay
dumb.
$2,000 for any
Now,
kind of.
somebody came up with a blend of nothing related to E.H. Taylor
That tastes like the E.H. Taylor.
tastes like the E.H. Taylor blend. It's a
So
4
you're
grain.
mixing 4 different things that's supposed to taste like H. Taylor.
Yes.
Now,
We
you
should
ready,
try
you
this
ready
side
for
by
the blend?
side.
You ready for the blend?
Well, we don't have E.H. Taylor.
The 4 grain you're not going to find.
Yeah,
Unless
you're not
you have-
going to find the E.H. Taylor 4 grain.
Well, even if I did, I'm not buying it. But one of you should.
Negative.
Hey, dude, buy us a bottle of 4 grain.
Dude probably has 4 bottles.
He does.
What's great about
It
this
is
blend
crappy,
is it's not expensive to make whatsoever.
Okay, so what's in the blend? Hit us with it.
You got Weller Special Reserve,
Not expensive. but
450 milliliters.
Could be hard to find.
or $22 bottle.
Yep.
You've got Old Granddad 114.
They pay you to take that out of the store.
Which I don't know.
It
I
can
like
be hard
it.
to
It's
find.
actually really good.
I actually do like it, but it can be hard to find too.
I'm not a big old granddad fan.
And you have a splash,
Only the 114. That's all I like.
literally a splash of Eagle Rare.
Okay, so that's 3,
Those 3 bourbons you blend
and
together.
that is supposed to make the E.H. Taylor
4 grain. Yeah. So with all those together, somehow
You know what's funny to me is how many people you're basically getting turned into rednecks by the market.
Yeah.
You're trying to find ways to mix and make liquor cheaper than it's made.
true.
Right.
But
you're becoming chemists by
It's
proxy.
it's literally Breaking Bad.
Yeah, it's kind of funny to me though that because I've seen the poor man's pappy, and I've seen the if you mix this much of this, and that, like I think it's pretty cool. I like it.
And the good thing is other people figured it out before me, so I just copied what they did.
You figured it out. I would say you're a genius, but I know you, and you're not a genius.
Wow.
Listen, I'm not
That's
even
a kick
offended
in the
by
pants.
that. Not offended. At
I'm
all.
not a genius.
No, you're telling Jimmy.
I guarantee you, Jimmy's never said, "Hey, I got this buddy of mine named Randy. Genius. You gotta meet him." Like, I promise you, he's never had that conversation with anybody.
Whenever I hear the name Randy, it's not genius. Is not the word that comes to mind.
Nobody does. I always get the shut up Randy from what's that old comedian?
I don't know.
I forget his
Shut
name.
up, Randy.
Shut up, Randy.
All right,
He's talking about his boss, Randy.
So this 4 grain, I've already tasted it.
You've had it before.
I did pour it very light.
I've had it before.
I already have another bottle making. So
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it a lot, actually.
It's one that I almost drank an entire bottle in one night.
Yeah,
because it's so good.
That's really good. Mm-hmm. I really like that.
I like the idea of mixing different things together to get something else.
Oh, and if you think about it, so if you said 450 of Special Reserve,
then it's 275 milliliters.
See, I can't mix. I can't do that type of measurement. It's just pour,
Old
pour,
Granddad. Pour. And 15 milliliters of Eagle Rare, which I don't even know if that even makes a difference, but I still use it.
It has to make
try
some
with
sort
with
of
that,
difference.
with and without, but I bet it makes a bigger difference than you think.
It has to make a difference because that's
But
chemistry.
that's kind of cool because for not a lot of money, you can make multiple bottles of
This is so I have
the Eagle Rare is the hardest to find and the most expensive of what you mentioned at $32.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you think of 50 milliliters out of an Eagle Rare bottle's a spit.
I've made 3 bottles.
Full bottles?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They come out to $7.50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
so you can make this really cheap. That's really, really good. Like if you factor in $22 for the Special Reserve, the Old Granddad 114 is like what, 20?
It's $20 right around that range, but you can use it twice.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
To get multiple bottles.
So you're talking $22, $20 just to get started. Say your first buy, you're talking with the Eagle Rare if you can find it. You're talking $40, $70, $72 for all 3. Mm-hmm. Keep in mind you can use a couple of these multiple times, especially the Eagle Rare, right? Which is the hardest to find and the most
You would have
expensive.
to buy 2 bottles of the Weller to get 3 bottles.
Right,
in total.
right. So for 72, say 2 bottles of the Weller that you're getting, 72 plus 22, so you're
say
$100.
$100 for 3 bottles.
For 3 bottles
of
this mix.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Absolutely.
day.
Absolutely.
I love this. This is really, really good. I'm giving this a 3.5.
This is a 3.5.
For the price point and the value of that, the taste.
The price point,
easy.
the value. The problem is
My birthday's next
The only
month.
thing that sucks about it
I want 3 bottles
is
of
you
this from
have to make it,
is you have to make it
No, I
and
don't.
you have
You
to
do.
let it sit.
and you have to let it sit.
Nope. You make it. You let it sit. My birthday's June 18th. How long do you have to let it sit, though?
I mean, they're up to 2
2
weeks
weeks.
plus.
Dude, we're 4 weeks out from my birthday. Get on it.
And they say the longer it sits, the better it gets. Now this bottle has a date on it, but I don't know where the bottle's at. So
Randy has the bottle.
it was made in
He has
February.
all the bottles.
This is February of 2021.
So
This
I
is
made it
really
at the
good.
beginning of February.
Yeah. This is really good. I like it. I like it a lot.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I like this too much, I think.
This reminds
I
me.
did too when I
I'm
first
going
started.
to be real honest.
Yeah.
Like, this is really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
This, although it does not taste like it, this reminds me of the Nunamaker.
You're right.
Where
It's just something that you mixed and you don't know what you're getting.
I
When you
did
taste
2
it,
ounces
you know,
of every makers that I had,
and you just go,
and
that's
you
it.
let it sit for 2 weeks
That
at least.
Nunamaker was so
Yeah.
good. Do you still have any of that?
No.
It's so good. Was so good.
Was that your infinity bottle?
That was my.
It was all the makers he had.
It was all
that's
my. It was
right.
all of my
Yeah.
makers
It was the
that I had. I just
46,
did 2 ounces out of every. Out of
all
every
those
bottle.
Ohio picks.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just all. And he's like, "What should we name this?" And I told him, I said, "Joe Dirt's last name was supposed to be Nunamaker."
So it went with
And he
Nunamaker.
went Nunamaker, and he made it. And then we reviewed it, and I was like, "Dude,
It was
like,
fantastic.
That's it."
So-
because the Maker's special stave thing they did,
Yeah.
a lot of them were good, and a lot of them were just okay to me.
But it's the same formula every time,
Right.
And then they throw the staves
The
in.
different
so it's,
staves, yeah.
So which
And
changes it up.
Exactly. And some of them I liked more, and
Yeah.
some of them I liked.
The banana pudding is amazing, and I
Yeah,
still
so
have a
good.
shitload of it.
I have
I'm going to take that with me when I leave tonight.
You are not.
And Winter Wazzle.
Winter Whizzle.
I'll make Huck take it.
Wazzle.
You can't tell that kid no. He's too adorable.
Who, Huck?
Yeah.
Oh, I can tell a kid no. Trust me.
You're like, I'll
the whiskey. I'll say
I'll
anything.
kick him in the teeth. But
I love you, buddy, but no.
That Nutmeg was so good, though. Yeah, this here, I'm easily saying 3.5. If you can mix this up, do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
June 18th
so good.
is my birthday. So you got a little over 4 weeks.
4 weeks.
3 bottles of this I want.
3.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, make 3 bottles, right?
You know, and
Can
Brandon's
you give me 3
birthday's-
bottles of Special Reserve?
and Brandon's birthday's on what, the 19th?
Yeah, I know. Him and I were really close. We were
And
like,
then mine's on the 22nd.
we were like birthday, but so 9 bottles you got to get.
I can get you 3 pours of it.
I can take that right now. Whoops.
Pour yourself a little more if you'd like. I don't care.
Well, I still got to try the Booker, so I'm pacing myself.
So we are easily in an hour
and a half,
37.
I was going to
38.
say I'm getting summoned by the wife,
so
hurry and drink that Booker.
My
probably
wife is
shut
in.
this down.
I'm just going to drink. Oh, I just got a leg cramp.
Anyway, check us out on Facebook, Instagram,
what you need
and
is
Twitter.
Kentucky Tavern for that leg
No, what
cramp.
you need is pickle juice, but not mixed with Jameson at the same time.
I can accommodate.
Anyway,
check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Google, Instagram. I'm going to try this Booker's after we get off the air.
Thanks to Jimmy and Jason for coming on the show today, and Jimmy bringing
more
half
Jimmy
his
than
inventory.
Jason since he had to go back to work.
That's all right. Jason will be back on again.
Good.
Love that man.
He's
so sexy. Sexy.
Damn. So sexy. Schmuxy.
Anyway. All right, that's it. I'm Martelle. He's Randy. For Jimmy, we're out.
Peace. You can't say peace when I say peace. Say
And
something
Jason.
else.
Later.
Deuces.
Talk deuces.